time is up. We are ready
to move to the third participant. So let me call to the virtual stage to Pedro Casillas. 4 simple suggestions, Pedro Casillas.
There I was, with a big smile on my face, arms out, ready to receive the 4 simple suggestions. 4 simple suggestions that I had been chosen to help the world deal with COVID-19. As I stepped forward, I fell. And as I stood up, I found myself in an old shop. I rubbed my eyes and I found myself sitting in a cafe. I rubbed my eyes again and I found myself at home. At that moment, and I don't know how or why, but it dawned on me that I had been living in a fantasy world, one that I had created to help me deal with the mental pressure that COVID-19 was having on my family and me. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, what about you? How are you coping with COVID-19? Well, I thought about these 4 simple suggestions, and yes, they had come from my imagination, but perhaps worth another look. In my imagination, I heard these voices speaking to me, giving me advice in the form of 4 simple suggestions. One voice spoke. We know you have been out of work, unemployed for some time, and this is no good. You are not alone. Know you this, there will be a future, and you have to be prepared. You must reskill, learn new things, go back to study, for this is the only way. A second voice then spoke. 4 walls, trapped at home inside 4 walls. And we know this is hard on your mental health. There may be many solutions, but it begins with communication. You must get out of your head. You must reach out and speak with your friends and family. You must seek professional help when needed. And you must ask your friends what you can do to help them. Improve communication, for this is the only way. A third voice then spoke. At home, sat down, long periods, sat down, inactive, a sure way to let COVID beat you. But you must fight back. You must fight inertia. You must strengthen yourself. You must move. If you can stretch, then stretch. If you can walk, walk. If you can run, run. You must do whatever you have to do to fight inertia. Movement is the key, for this is the only way. A final voice then spoke. Scientists around the world are working hard to beat COVID. Though it's sometimes hard, we must all stick together and follow the rules. Wear a mask, stay at home, wash your hands, get vaccinated when it becomes available. We can beat this together. Follow the scientists' advice, for this is the only way. Well, I thought about these 4 simple suggestions, and was I actually following them? No, I was only following the scientists' advice. So, fellow Toastmasters, what about you? I ask again. How are you coping with COVID-19? Are you doing any better than I am? Well, I decided I was going to do something, and I was going to follow these suggestions and see where it took me. Well, the first of these 4 simple suggestions, going back to study. Well, I was unemployed and I didn't know what to do. Well, I thought I work in IT, so why not upskill in AWS, which is Amazon Web Services? It's a difficult certification program, but I thought, why not? So I made a commitment that I would study 30 minutes to 1 hour every day for as long as it took. For the second simple suggestion, improve communications. I realized I hadn't been speaking with friends and family as often as I should. So I set myself another goal that I would speak to a member of my family or friends or colleagues at least once per week. And again, to see how it went. For the third simple suggestion, movement, I set myself another goal that I would walk outdoors at least 10 minutes to 1 hour per day. And for the fourth simple suggestion, I was going to carry on before, and I was going to make sure I followed the advice. So how did I do? Well, for the first simple suggestion, back to study, well, I completed the AWS certification. It was a lot of hard work, but just having a purpose kept me going. And not only did I pass, but I also landed a new job. Double result. For the second simple suggestion, improve communications, I now speak regularly with my family, friends, and it's had such a positive mental impact on me. I feel more relaxed, I'm happier. Listen, it's good to talk. For the third simple suggestion, movement is the key. I now walk every day. I track my progress. It's frightening how unfit I was becoming. And to breathe fresh air, it was fantastic. And for the fourth simple suggestion, to follow the scientists' advice, well, I keep wearing a mask. It reduces infecting other people. And I've recently had the COVID vaccination. Double result. So again, Toastmasters, what about you? If you are following these 4 advices already, well, then that's great. But if not, how about you trying these 4 simple suggestions and see how they can help you? Well, here's a reminder. Back to study. Maybe there's something new that you would like to learn. Just having a purpose really helps. Improving communication. I'm sure there are friends and family that you haven't spoken to in a while, and they would love to hear from you. Give them a call. Movement. Movement. I walk, but any exercise will do. Just do it. And following the scientist's advice, it's hard sometimes, but it is worth it. While these 4 simple suggestions came from my imagination, their impact has been very positive on my mental and physical health. And maybe, just maybe, they might do the same for you too. Why not give them a try and see for yourself? Contest chair.